Welcome, everyone, to Enlightened Insights, a high vibe hour of intuitive wisdom, connection, and joy. I am joined by Wisdom Seeker Joan.
Hello.
SunPsychic Jean.
Hi, everybody.
I'm, of course, TarotStache. I am glad you are all here. Thank you for this. As you are coming in, please understand we're going to be doing random readings based upon what you put in. Let me change that banner. If you want a message from a loved one, please include their name and relation to you, because that helps us to connect. So very, very helpful with that. And I do want to remind everyone to please like and subscribe, share this video because it's free to do that. And this is, of course, for entertainment purposes only. Do not make decisions based upon what we say. Seek professional assistance. Really. All three of us offer private readings. Contact information is in the description. So if you'd like to get a more in-depth reading, contact information is below. And if people are wondering,
Gerald.
Oh, you're welcome. I think I want everybody to know how they can get a hold of us. In case you're wondering, I'm wearing a hat because it's a little chilly. And I am that firm believer, as a knitter, it gives me a chance to wear things that I've knit.
Oh, beautiful.
So,
and that's a gorgeous cap.
Yeah, thank you. Poirot is here. Angel up above. Kim Princess. Wicca Lion. Hibiscus Healing. Just Visiting. Carolyn Loving Life. Kara Davis. Medium Betsy Palmer, who is going to be on my channel with me, and Purple Elephant Deb H. I believe that's this coming. It's yes, it's next Monday on the 19th. We're talking about the word of the year.
Oh.
So this will be fun. CLC Bear and gotcha. And Selena is here. Essence of the Moon. Good to see you. Richleen, Spiritual Birds. And there you go. So how are the two of you? What would you like to share? We've got a few readings and I want to give people an opportunity. By the way, I think this is yours. Whisper from Heaven with Jenny is a new
Oh, that's lovely. Thank you, Jenny. Yes. Yes. Well, how do you know it's not yours? Did you start one yet?
Not yet. Not yet.
Okay. There you go. That's how we.
Yes. I will put it this way. In the background, there's a tab open for me to start to do that. So yeah. So, okay. All right. I'm getting some reading. Joan, how are you? What's going on for you? What's coming up?
Wonderful things are coming up. It's a beautiful sunny day here, and I'm going to be hosting Jean and Terry Suzuki of Kiguru Spiritual Journeys later this afternoon. We're going to do Your Connection to Spirit, and I'm going to try to use the giveaway tool for the first time. So please come help, and I'd appreciate your support.
Very nice.
Yeah, but otherwise I'm doing great. Got through the holidays just fine. And it's, what is it? It's almost mid-January. And yeah, got the tree down, all of those things. Yeah.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Good.
What's happening with you, Jean?
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to be with Joan and Terry later on today. It's going to be so much fun. I'm really looking forward to it. You know, when us three get together and our spirit guides are just like, yay, they get in this really high vibrational, joyful energy around us. And it just, everything is magic. We used to call it Magic Monday. Then we had to move it to Tuesdays. So we changed the name, but it's still magic. It's still so much fun. And then I have my regular shows on Friday, Saturday, Sunday, a full weekend for me coming up. So definitely keep an eye out for that.
I love that. I love that. I've been feeling a bit under the weather, so I have been doing that self-care, which is great. And I have a show later with Jamie today for Back and Forth with Jamie and Gerald. Please subscribe to the channel. That way I do my best to keep everyone informed. So there's that. And so I have, and so I think what's really wonderful is I love this idea that I like it when, for those of you who've never actually read with other psychics, but I do love the energy that is shared with our guides and how readings are oftentimes one will answer another, one will give the other half of the story. I love that. And so I'm very fortunate to be able to do that. And Just Visiting said psychic class on Sunday. I am with Dragonfly crystals for the quantum alchemy class.
Oh,
yeah.
So
I too have my psychic study practice group on Sunday, but it's not until 5 p.m. Eastern. No, it's 4 p.m. Eastern. I changed the time for 2026.
Excellent.
4 p.m. Eastern. I think that's 1 p.m. Pacific. What time is yours, Gerald?
Mine is at 2 p.m. Eastern.
Okay.
So I should probably do. So I've got.
Sorry, there's a little bit of a traffic jam on Sundays, so we try and space them out for you guys.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So I have. Okay. So yeah. Yes. Self-care is important. I've been doing the same, and I think it's great. I think it's great. And yes, Kim Princess, the three of us together is fun. I agree. And so.
Oh, Joan, Kim Princess saw an orb near you.
I'm going to have to, while I'm recording this, and I'm going to go back and look.
It's at 8 minutes in.
Okay.
8 minutes in. So
thank you, Kim.
Yes.
Thank you very much. I've always wondered if they're around here. Cool.
We like to call in all of our angels and guides and to commune together and to assist us and guide us. And they know when we're ready to work, when we turn this on, when we're sitting here and our energy is blending. So perhaps it was one of Joan's angels, one of Joan's many angels.
It could be.
Joan's been doing this her whole life. She's had a family psychic her whole life. Is that correct, Joan? Am I saying that right?
Since I was in my 20s, I found this woman, and she was kind of the family psychic. And everybody, my mom, my dad never did, but even my brother, who's much more right brain or left brain or whatever it is, and he was a CPA, he went too. And it's just amazing. But now Diane was her name, and now she's on the other side, and I'm trying to work with her on the other side to kind of teach me what she did, because she did it all, the mediumship and the psychic stuff and the everything. She was just amazing. So that's what got me into it. Yeah.
I love it. I love it. Well, I've selected 3 readings to start with. We are doing these in random order. We will do as many as we can, and we appreciate everybody understanding. Let us know that you're here. Poirot Forever, Kim Princess, and Medium Betsy Palmer are the first 3. And Poirot, we were working on how to pronounce this, Jean.
I know. I don't think I've mastered it.
I probably haven't either. So
Poirot. I've got trouble with my R's. Yes, yes. Questions are taken from all 3 channels,
Yes.
and we can see everybody's messages. I don't know if you can put the chat on the screen or if you want to, but no, we see
Oh,
everybody's.
yes, I can.
Mhm.
Thank you for
Hey,
that.
Annie Bear, it was on my channel recently. She also did an amazing ceremony with Kali Healer. If anybody hasn't seen that, it was about the moon or the sky and the earth and sky. It was a beautiful ceremony that they did. They recorded it and then they posted it. It was really well done. And when Annie Bear was on my channel, boom, there was so much energy. I loved it.
For
So
some
fun.
reason, I cannot put the chat on everybody's channel.
I know. Sometimes I
this
can.
is weird.
Maybe because you're simulcasting in both formats.
Doesn't usually work. Anyhow, and Annie Bear is liking on everyone. Are questions taken from all 3 channels? Yes, you've got that. So the first one is question: can my guide give me any current advice about Lucas, son, age 21, or am I doing okay as is?
Okay.
I'm just hearing your Lucas's you're here to help guide him. So and trust yourself that the times that you feel it's necessary to comment or to guide is in the highest good of everybody concerned. I do feel as though you are taking an extra step in the situation. And I do feel as though it's in his highest good. I feel like he may be, and he's a perfectly lovely gentleman, but he may be a little on the immature side. And sometimes, if they're the eldest in the family, they don't have like somebody to look up to that teaches them the way. Like I'm number 4 out of 5 girls. And like I grew up like that because all my sisters were already doing the things, and I'm like, I'm doing that too. So it was like I jumped from 12 to 17, you know. So but he may be a little bit more apprehensive or a little bit more unsure of himself, or he doesn't really have that sort of guide other than his siblings and friends. But I just feel like I I think it's up to him too. You can help as much as you feel is guided to do so. And it's up to him to discern which part of the advice or help to receive or not to receive. And I do feel him breaking away, pulling away, and becoming a little bit more independent, probably within the next 12 to 18 months. How about you guys?
When I tuned in, I saw whom I'm assuming is Lucas going up like a sand dune and ripping off his t-shirt. He's at the top of it and swinging it around, and he's looking out in the distance at the ocean. So it's like he feels he's the king of the world, and in some ways. But then they drew my attention to, okay, but you're actually a long way from the ocean. There's still and it's dangerous getting down the other side. And so I think this is a long illustrated way of saying he might be a bit overconfident about what his prospects are. And so that leaves you of like, yay, encouraging him on everything that's gone well for him. And they showed me he worked hard to get up there. But the next step is, like if you're a hiker or whatever, sometimes the downs are more rigorous than the ups. But when I went to the cards, it's celebration. It's like, good job. Also, you got the owl about your intuition is correct. Follow your inner wisdom without fail. And so I think you've been using you've been drawing on that wisdom all the way through. And then you got the Archangel Metatron who said, remember who you are. So you've got powerful, powerful guidance behind this. I think, okay, and then let's see, is Lucas going to be able to reach that goal that he has? Are there going to be obstacles, big obstacles along the way? Well, not big. Will he be able to surmount the obstacles that he's currently facing? Ooh, it changed direction. Or yeah, he will. There'll definitely be obstacles, but he's going to be able to handle it. So I feel like you're doing a good job.
Yeah. He said, lovely. His confidence is growing and so sure he is always right. And so what I got is your question, I give you your current advice about Lucas. And are you doing okay as is? Yes, you were doing okay as is, because I got the Empress for that. And the Empress is the one who is going to offer unreserved, unconditional love. You're leaning into the divinity of this. You're also going to be what he needs to help him learn when things don't go exactly as he expected. Hold him up, support him. Do not run over there and pick him up when he falls. Be around if he asks for help. Because right now, this is the thing, you have this great ability to be nurturing, and let him nurture and take curiosity in what he's doing and what he is thinking. Help him with the thought process. Yeah. The Empress is the great card for the mother. I agree. And you meditate and pray every day about my son. I'm 75, so I have to imprint ASAP. I think you already have. So thank you for that. And I see more and more people coming in. Thank you, everybody, for being here. I know you have a lot of places you can be spending your time. I appreciate you spending it with us, and we hope it's raising your vibration. And Kim Princess is next, and then Medium Betsy Palmer, and then I've got Essence of the Moon. So, and it would help if I put Kim Princess. I'd love a message from my godmother, Lydia.
Okay.
Did she walk with a cane before she passed? Or just her mobility. She's just showing me her like leaning on things when she's walking. Not sure if there was something with the lower part of her torso or body there. It's the first thing she showed me.
She said yes.
Okay. She just wants you to know that she doesn't need a cane any longer, and that she is very strong and feeling very well on the other side. That there is strength and vitality back in her energy, and not to remember her that way. She wants you to, and I know that she does realize that you do see her and remember her for her heart and her essence, and she loves that about you. But you have this empathy that, oh, I need to take care, or she needs to take care, or I hope she's not in pain, or, and it tends to be like a habit. When we think of them in that, manner. Let me see what else she wants to say. Showing me you wearing a hat. And it's sort of like one of the ones that you just put on the back of your head. I feel as though she's telling me that you've had lifetimes together before. And she's really very proud of you. She sees your light, and she sees how bright your light is. And she sees that you're fulfilling your mission here in this world. And it's simply by shining your light and following your authentic, uh, path in life. That's what I have.
Beautiful. When I tuned in, my heart chakra just exploded. She is sending you so much love. And it was sort of like just sort of an amorphous feeling, and then it was like it had wings on the outside of this energy. So she's winging her way to you, sending love to you. And she was really, really proud to be your godmother, and you guys had sort of a special connection. She also showed me like a nice bouquet with the crepe paper, green crepe paper around it and everything, a whole nice bouquet of flowers. There were daisies and white daisies and other colored daisies in there. And I don't know if she liked those or she gave them to you or you gave them to her, but it was the fact that there were daisies, just not like hothouse flowers. It was something fresh and everyday kind of thing. It's like the brightness of those flowers really meant a lot to her, and that's what she's bringing to you. And then when I drew cards, I got the 9 of Wands, and I think this meant she was feeling kind of trapped in her body. And now I got the Grouse, which is the spirit of dance. Embrace the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. So she's encouraging you to do this, but that's how she's feeling now. She said kind of like, don't worry about me. I'm so free and I can move, and I'm my true self, my spirit self now, and feels like she can be almost more involved now because she's not like, it's not all about keeping this 3D thing going, and is encouraging you to keep in touch, because then again, after the heart really lit up, then my crown chakra did. So I think she wants you to do as much as you can to, just think about her and be in connection with her, because she wants to keep that cool connection that you already have going, just in a different way.
I love that. And I mean, great readings. And what I got from your godmother is she wants you to continue to learn the thing. She wants you to continue learning, keep practicing the stuff that you know how to do, but you're getting it to a point of where it's being, where you don't have to think about it. It's like if you're learning to knit, the way to get better at knitting is to knit a lot. She wants you to keep knitting a lot so you don't have to think about it, because the things that are going on is she's encouraging you to do those things that you love so that they become part of exactly who you are. And it's just the way it is. I think this is a beautiful thing. She is extremely impressed by the opportunities that you are helping for yourself. You've got lots of little beautiful things. Oh, got it. Good. Okay. Thank you, Kim Princess. And we have Medium Betsy Palmer, and then Essence of the Moon. And then I have Kara Davis 307. And so let us know that you are here. Medium Betsy Palmer, how is March looking for me?
I see that you're going to be still working on a project that you have already begun or that you've been putting um, into action. I feel as though perseverance is important, and um, working on uh, listening for the right time for execution. It's almost like incubation period as well. But it's more work, but it's joyful work, and it's pleasure. But you, not that you're anxious about getting it up and running, but you're very passionate, and you want to get this started. Um, I do feel as though there's a little bit of a waiting period or a little bit of a hesitation. And then perhaps after June, for some reason, I see it happening a little bit more then. Something around March looks like you're still working, you're still persevering, you're still percolating, you're still incubating. And whatever this is that you're working on in March will be able to be realized or manifested sort of June or later.
Okay. When I tuned in, and this is funny because it sounds, and this was happening before I heard Jean's reading, I saw you outside in kind of the countryside, and you had a log on kind of a, anyhow, you were sawing a log. And so it's like you're building something, but it takes a while. It takes a long time to saw through this log. And then they showed me, oh, you're building this log cabin. And they first, this like kind of like a fairy or somebody came and sort of like Tinkerbell and gave you this idea, and that's what sparked you to be sawing on this log. And it's like that idea of whatever the inspiration is, that's what's keeping you working hard at it. And you've envisioned this whole log cabin that supposedly is in your mind. This is where the windows are going, and this is, we're going to face it this way because the sun's going to come in this way. And it's like all the details you've got down in your mind, in your vision of it. And now it's just the hard work of actualizing it. But it doesn't feel hard to the person that I saw working on it, because you're holding that vision so clearly in your head, and it's really motivating you. And then when I drew cards, I got the Knight of Cups. So I kind of feel like you're getting assistance from this, and it's, and we can see the water here. It's a passion project. It's something that you love, and you've got help from the Knight of Cups on this. And then I also got, it was funny because I always mix up the cards, but the first two cards I drew were the two cards that I've already drawn today from this deck. So I got another one. It's the Feathers deck. Allow a deeper sense of peace to fill you now. And this is a divine quality. So it might feel, whatever this project is that you're excited about, you don't want to burn yourself out on it too. So take time to rest and kind of, the actual work of it, and then the sitting back and feeling good about the work and kind of going back to the vision and letting that recharge you. And that's exactly what the last card said. This is source, return to oneness. And that will help you achieve this next goal that you're working on.
I
to kind
love
of keep
that.
in touch with source.
Such good readings. Betsy, what I have for you, your March is looking about being in balance, finding careful ways to adjust, excuse me, to adjust yourself to not be too out of whack. I have the Two of Pentacles for you. And the Two of Pentacles, my favorite card in the tarot deck, is really important about paying attention to your physical environment and what you're doing with your body and what you're putting in your body. I also have for you the King of Swords and the Empress. What a lovely match. The King of Swords knows how to articulate what he wants, is going to be very clear about that, standing firm, And the Empress is going to be the one to nurture it and to allow that to come. It's a great reading. I think this is great, Betsy. I think March is looking quite good for you. So thank you. And I'm still waiting to hear if Kara Davis is here. And Essence of the Moon, Spirit Guide message. And Betsy said, love it. Love, thank you. And I do see Kara is here. So, Selena would like Spirit Guide message.
First thing I heard is trust yourself, Selena. Trust yourself. Try not to. It's very easily that we give away our power and we look outside of ourselves for direction and input. But they want you to trust yourself. And what they've also told me is a little hint about that is they often guide us through us, through our own emotions, through our own instincts, through our own thoughts, through our own feelings and inspirations. And this is part of why they want you to trust them. Trust yourself is because it comes through you and it allows your innate divine essence to guide you and with the help of your spirit guides. But they're not out here somewhere and you're alone. They're here showing you who you are and to listen to the divine essence that's already within you. And it's about maybe stepping aside that ego, stepping aside that doubt, that judgment, that comparison, stepping aside that imposter syndrome, all of that like ego thing. And you know what I mean by ego. It's not egotistical. It's just those are the things the human ego tends to lean on us. And they want you to learn that discernment of trusting yourself and separating and discerning what is judgment and comparison and ego and things like that. But they're saying that you have what you need. You have everything that you need. And it is a glorious, beautiful, bright essence. And you have this passion, so much emotion and so much passion, but enthusiasm. And are you an actress? Like you love to emote, but you love to emote for other people. And it's not performing, it's about sharing. And I tend to be a little dramatic. So I know, I mean, and if you're not, I apologize. I'm not saying we're alike, but you have this really beautiful passion and light that comes from deep within you that they want you to trust. That's all. Yeah. That was nice.
Yeah. I do share and give so much to everyone. Yeah.
Just who you are.
Just
nice.
who she is.
When I tuned in, I saw this long highway in the desert. I'm getting lots of desert kind of stuff today. It's a 2-lane blacktop with the white stripe down the middle for just infinity. You can't see where it ends. And you are walking right down the middle of the stripe line, right in the middle. It's like you are, and I get the idea that you might be weighing two different options and you can't really decide. And until you do, you're just, nope, I'm going to take the middle road. And then I started pulling cards for you. And what do I get? The Two of Swords. It's like you're there are two different options that you're weighing, and the blind person here, blindfolded person, you're not quite sure which way to go. So they are counseling. You got the Oriole, creative new ventures on the horizon, see it as a positive change. So it's going to do something creative. If you were TarotStache, sit down and do some knitting or something like that. Something that'll take your mind off of just going back and forth and weighing the pros and cons and all of that. Yes. So do something completely different. And then from the angel deck, you got the Archangel of Grace who says, more flow, less hustle. So just just let things flow. Don't force it. Do something different. Get you off that straight line and out of the rut that you've been in, and just kind of mix it up. And all of a sudden, you'll know which path to take, and it will feel more organic and like really coming from your heart and from your spirit guides and all of that. But you're just kind of trapped in like this right now. So yeah, that's what I got.
She said, creating an oracle deck now and artistically doing something different.
Yay! Perfect.
And so, Selena, you have a solid foundation. Okay, don't overthink it. You have a solid foundation. What's now is important is for you to follow the flow, like my other guests have said. Follow the flow, because that's where the adventure is. And what's really significant is you have the tools to help you go where you need to go. You're not going to be unprepared. If you feel like, well, I don't have all this stuff. Oh, girl, stop it. You're just going to, you're the magician who is going to be able to go, well, if I need such and such, I can do it this way. I can do it this way. Yes. And do it that way, because that's part of the fun and the adventure. So, but that's what I have for you. It looks really good because I have the Four of Wands, the Knight of Cups, and the Magician. It's a great little mix there for you, Selena. Yes. I do, Gerald, but sometimes mentally your mind gets in the way. Yes, I see you. I know exactly what you're talking about. I am an overthinker, overachiever, instead of just sitting and starting and going with the flow and seeing what happens. So you're welcome, Selena. All right.
Oh, can I throw in one more thing? One more thing about that whole about overthinking. I won't go into the story, but I have been worried about something going on in my extended family for a long time, and just like, oh, worry. And yesterday, everything I didn't do anything, nothing I did helped, but the whole thing went away. And it was an option that just cleared the air. And I was sat down and meditated and was thinking about how wonderful this was. And the words that came to me were, I trust in God and his love and care for me, which was my mom's mantra. And I've always said it when it's like you can't think of anything to do. And it was just like the spirit's way of kind of kicking me and saying, trust, just trust. And, my worrying didn't do any help, and just trusting did. So if that was it was instructive to anyone, I just wanted to share that. That can help too.
I love that.
Yeah.
That's beautiful, Joan. Mm-hmm.
It's a very good reminder. More and more people have come in, so this is lovely. And hold on just a second. And we have an edit. How well have I been following my own guidance, spirit guides, and interpreting the signs and synchronicities on my travels? What am I manifesting, and what are some blockages? After this get through, please let me know that you were here.
Well, Kara, how do you think you've been doing? And how's what you're manifesting coming along? I think that's a self-determination. I think that to the degree that we listen to our guides, we're co-creating. They're not directing. They're not living our lives for us. We are divine beings living our lives in a human container with an ego. So we have to balance the ego and the spirit and follow our spiritual path and our purpose here on earth, as well as get help from our guides along the way in order to stay on our purpose. However, it is not what they want. It is not what they say. It is not what they think is best. It is a co-creation, that we have divine free will, and they cannot interfere with free will. Even if we choose to make a mistake, they can't interfere, but they can always nudge and guide and direct us back. Like if you're at a crossing point and you just don't know what to do, and you don't know whether to turn left or turn right, and you're like, I don't know, and you're frozen, they cannot help us because we have to move. It takes us, our action, our decision, our choice. Once we make the choice and we step on the I always see it as like a moving walkway that moves to the left. If that was not the intent, what was in your highest good, you will get an opportunity to step off of that and step back on the one that was going right. And trust that there is no wrong choice. It's, you are the manifester or the director of your own life, and you make the choices. It's about trusting yourself, and no, there's no guide that's stronger than the guide that you have within you. And it's your authentic self and your ability to create. And the way that you know you're doing the right thing is if you feel that happiness, that bliss, and that you're doing what is creative for you and that brings you that joy. And if you feel and that you're doing things for the benefit of all and not just for yourself. It's not just, it's more of a community kind of a mindset. But so have you been following your own guidance, spirit guides? Do you feel happy? Are you happy with your choices? Do you feel elated? Do you feel guided? Do you feel inspired? Because that will tell you. And I know this because there are dry spells. I'm like, oh my gosh, what's going on? I'm not getting any inspiration. I just feel like I'm in mud. And then all of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. I feel like start hitting me with inspiration, ideas, directions, and motivations. And it's an ebb and flow. So I think that it's a self-determination whether or not it's enough or good or the right thing for you. I feel well, but I sometimes worry about assigning too much meaning to coincidences. I want to manifest friendships, community, soulmate, and purpose. That's wonderful. That's beautiful. Assigning too much meaning to coincidences. I don't believe in coincidences, and I believe that that there's a divine orchestration, and it just, the meaning that you put on it. Every butterfly is not a message from your grandmother, but if it makes your heart feel joy and makes you think of your grandmother, and you're giving them the benefit of the doubt, and it's not harmful to anybody, why not think of your grandmother every time there's a butterfly?
Yep.
It's to a degree. It's not whether or not. It's not right or wrong, black or white. I do all the things. I have been sharing advice with others. Good.
Mm-hmm.
All of those things, she said. Yeah. Wonderful. Mm-hmm.
That's beautiful, Jean.
That's great.
When I tuned in, what I saw was a watercolor painting, and it's like somebody had put all the water first on the watercolor paper, and then just little dots of color, and then started tilting it around to make things like they were working on the sky, in my image at least, to make it really, appear. And then the voice came through and just said, it's fluid. It's watercolor. It's not paint by numbers. So, and I think that can mean you can kind of take it as you like. And when I went to the cards, I got the 8 of Cups. So I think things are moving faster for you in the real world. These are not the 8 of Cups, the 8 of Wands. These are wands. This is in the 3D world, and you're getting growth, and things are happening faster for you now. So sometimes you're thinking, is this real? Is it not? And again, you can, if you choose to, kind of keep a journal of some of the things and see how things are working out. And that's one way to consider it. I also got the pheasant. The time is ripe for creation and connection. Focus your attention on those areas. creation and connection. So you're definitely connecting, and think about the creativity, sort of like the watercolor. It can be lots of different things. It's not just a black and white, very, very specific outcome. And again, I got the Archangel of Grace, more flow like the water and less hustle. So I think those things. Oh, and then when you were asking, I think you were asking, am I being too literal about this? She being too, no, no, no. And is she misinterpreting or over interpreting the answers that you get? No. Is she connecting with her spirit guides? Yes. Can she trust the information that she's receiving? Yes. So that's what I got. How about you, Gerald?
Helps if I remember to unmute. How well have I been following my own guidance spirit guides? You've been doing great. Great. The fact that you're asking the question tells me it is important to you and you want to really, really do well with it. Here's the thing, though. Your spirit guides are going to be around you. If you fail or you miss something, all right, they're going to give you another opportunity. Your interpreting of the signs and symbols, it is what it is. And like Jean says, is every butterfly a message from your grandmother? No. But if you think about your grandmother, every time you see a butterfly, that tells the universe you're open to these messages. It trains you, Kara, to go, I'm enjoying this. Here's the thing. If it feels fun and exciting, keep doing it. If it feels like work, something's not quite right. It should make your heart glow and expand. So keep that in mind. I think there's what are you manifesting and what are some blockages? Well, ignore blockages. They'll show up soon enough and you'll be able to deal with them. But expect the best outcome possible. And that's what will keep showing up because that's what you're looking for. That's what you're looking for. So thank you for the question. And I appreciate your feedback on that. And I think that's a great message. I mean, this is a good message for, I think, everyone. And, I love it. I have been doing all those. Yeah. Wonderful. Like I said, the fact that you're asking the question and you just want to do it right, they're not going to put a value on what you're doing. They're putting the value on that you're doing. And I think that's just delightful.
I love that Sue Toffee is here, and it was 4:44 a.m. when on the other side of the globe when she put up that comment, and it made me think. It seems like every time I look at my watch or the clock, it's triple digits like that, and I'm not thinking about, ooh, what does this mean? It's just like every time I see it, I go, oh, thank you, angels. It's just a nice little reminder that they're around. So sometimes when we're looking at the coincidences or synchronicities, you don't have to put too much weight on them. Just say thank you, and that keeps them flowing.
I love that. Get Through is here, and Get Through has asked, what advice do my guides have for me to raise my vibes? So far, I have been attending a lot of funerals lately. And thanks, Val.
Thank you, Dragonfly Crystals. That was very generous of you. Thank you.
Hi, Jane the Seeker. And I wanted to do Get Through because there are a lot of people who are experiencing this in different ways. Grief and mourning show up differently for people. I think, okay, I guess I'm just going to start. because what your guides are wanting you to do is sit with the feelings that you're having. Don't ignore them. Don't try to push them under the rug, but honor them. And if you're sad, you're angry, you're upset, you're disappointed, because that is part of the process. And a lot of funerals are a celebration for those who remain. It helps us get a sense of closure, depending upon your tradition. I also think you've been attending a lot of funerals. Are you only feeling the sadness for the people's funerals that you're attending, or are you able to have some recollection and some memory that makes you laugh and smile and you go, do you remember that one time when so and so did that? That's the sort of thing that is a really important aspect of this. And I'm sorry you've been attending a lot of funerals lately. It's going to weigh you down. And if it's too much for you, I get it. And so, but this idea of raising your vibration is sit with your emotions and sit with them and listen to what you're feeling, what it's telling you. I'm going to pause there so I can take a breath. Whoever can go.
Okay. I have been to a lot of funerals in the last few years too. At a certain age, this just happens. And I tell you, I'm like a really good obituary and memorial, writer. And I take it as it's like a way to encapsulate how fabulous this life was, how meaningful this life was. And I've kind of carried that through to different things in my own life too. Like I live in the Twin Cities, there's lots of bad things happening here, but I choose to look at the positive of after the tragedy of George Floyd, all the community groups really know how to organize and get out there, and the police have been all retrained about de-escalation, blah, 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 blah. And I thought, this is the perfect place for this to happen because Minneapolis knows how to handle that. And it's the same thing when you're losing people. Yes, it can be really, really traumatic, but it's also just this tiny little space, this little window where the people who love that person come together and they can share their stories, and you can see all the different facets of them, and look at that and learn from that and see, what do I want to record and say, like, good job, well done on your trip through this life. I'm sorry for the pain you had, but what can I learn and incorporate in my life from that? And that's the way I'm looking at it. So that's kind of what the King of Swords is saying here too, to use the powers of your mind to support yourself through this, and look at it on the other side of the sword's edge. How can I turn this and be respectful for all these losses and still learn and grow from it? And then, I keep getting the same one, the grouse, that use the power of dance and movement to access your highest guidance. So kind of shake it off and take a look at things in a new way. And I also got the Archangel Raziel, who says, learn, change, and grow. And here you can't see it really, but he's got the globe in his hands. That's why we are down here on this planet, to learn, change, grow. And this is at an opportunity to really look at somebody's life and then say, kind of balance the things that they did so well and see them from different angles, and then feel like, how do I incorporate this into my own life? So I hope that that's helpful.
Get through did share. I normally go to do prayers when people pass in their homes.
Beautiful, beautiful.
And I pray in the spirit when I'm there. I don't quote Bible verses. I think if you are one of the first people there, that adds an extra layer of wow, because you're dealing with all of that. So, Jean, what do you have?
Yeah, I have to concur, and that was what I was thinking of as well, is that there's grieving is a natural human process, and it is a sacred process. It is a difficult one, is emotional one. It is something that we learn to incorporate and to balance within our lives, but it's never it's not it's never easy. But when somebody has lived a full life, you can have a celebration of life. But if somebody was ill and was left this earth sooner than expected, or tragically in an accident, or whatever, it's detrimental to everybody around them. And it's the loss, and it's the loss of the possibility of what could have been a glorious life. And what we can do is we can live our lives to the fullest, and to appreciate our lives, and to appreciate other people's lives, and be in that now moment, so that we can, in their honor, live the best life, and treat other people as if it may be the last time that we see them, in honor of that person that you are longing for, or that you miss, or that you feel may have been taken too soon. All of these things are valid emotional feelings that humanity goes through. And I'm not an expert in grieving. I do know it's important to move through it, to feel the feelings. It's just really important to work on having that balance, that understanding, and knowing that the loved one on the other side is not wanting you to ruin your life, or ruin, or sacrifice your life in order to mourn for the rest of your life. That is too much of a burden. That's not fair to them, for you to walk around as if you lost everything for the rest of your life. It's important to honor them, to respect them, to go through that grieving, that mourning, and have that balance. Respect the life that they did have, appreciate the light that they did show, and look at the bright side. And it's not about high vibes. I don't think that has anything to do about. I understand what you meant by that, but raise your sadness, raise your. It's we see our own mortality when we see other people passing. If you have a lot of funerals that you go to, it reminds us of our own mortality. But there's no quick fix. And like what Gerald said, everybody mourns a little differently, grieves a little differently. And as long as we have this ability to balance, to have this perspective, and not be wallowing in catastrophe, or overwhelming emotions that are detrimental or does not serve anyone. You want to be able to maybe see a professional, or seek some guidance in your area if you feel that overwhelm. So there's no one quick fix. There's no one right way. But what we do want to strive for is balance. You'll never get over the loss of your parents. That will always be there. The loss of your love, that will always be there. But we learn to live with it in a different way, and to have a relationship with our loved ones in a different way. But it's there's no one right way.
No.
Mhm.
Yeah. And Get Through said, I've been given a gift to be there for family and friends when they lose a loved one.
Mm-hmm.
I love the approach to that it is a gift. It's still hard, but you're seeing it as a gift that immediately adjusts the energy flow with it. So, and they, I would say, are pretty lucky to have you.
Really?
So, and they always ask me to come and pray with their family.
That's so beautiful.
It's great. Wow. Well, I want to say thank you to everyone for joining us. Please remember to stay open, stay connected, and stay in your light. Subscribe to all of the channels. Links are below, and we will see you the next time. Bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you for watching Enlightened Insights. Please remember to subscribe to all of our channels. Each of us offer in-depth private readings. Contact information is listed below. Thanks again for watching.